friends, family, associates. Before we begin, let's turn our phones off. Thank you for checking. We appreciate you. I'm Lainey Silney, and I will be your narrator. I'm not a character in the play. I'm here to set the scene and help you figure out the clues, which you are going to want to know, because there will be one lucky winner later. So, let's see. I think I have a friend who's going to be visiting me very soon. Oh, here she is now. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Agnes Copperpot, and she is a character in the play. She's here to help me set the scene.
That our play is set at the Tower of London. I am the major in charge of the staff of the tower. That is a very high position at the time. I had to be. I had both.
What's on?
I had to turn this on.
Sure, we know you love us.
Okay. That is a very high position at the time. I had to be tough and resilient to reach such heights. Still, it is a position of service. Let me tell you a little about our time.
I think that would be a great idea.
Well,
Tell me about Queen Victoria.
well, Queen Victoria's reign is coming to an end, and everyone is yearning for new things. Life in London is one of extremes. Extreme wealth or extreme poverty. Londoners still ride around in horses and carriages, and their homes are lit by lamps and candles.
Indeed, I'll jump in here. Earlier this evening, a party was held at the Tower of London. The tower is ancient. It's medieval. In modern times, the tower has become a protected monument. Many of you have probably visited. Anyone? Anyone? Oh, lucky you, lucky you. Okay, well, maybe you'll know something that the rest of us don't. We'll find out. Let's see. Oh, in Victorian times when our play is set, the tower's mainly just an old stone fortress. But it is where the crown jewels were kept, where people were tortured, lost their heads, and where history came alive with stories and ghosts. It was both fascinating and chilling.
The upper-class Victorian people in our play, including my employer, the Duke of Derby, are advocating to turn the tower into a living museum. They are raising money, and they have the power to convince the Queen to turn the tower into the most popular spot in the city.
Yeah, that's correct. And during the time of our play, it's true that the upper class still holds power over the lower classes, and the royals still make up the rules. These old school conventions will soon fall away. At the time of our play, however, by law, women are still under the rule of men. Still, many women are secretly the power behind the man.
Yes, quite right. But my employer is a special man. He is a major in the Queen's Beefeater Guard. That is an exalted position. The guards are stationed in the tower, and he oversees them. Now, if you will excuse me, I must attend to my duties.
Okay, thank you very much, Agnes. All right, so come with me, dear audience, and meet the Victorian gentry who are attending this party to celebrate the opening of one section of the tower. Our partygoers are the elite of London. They are the smartest. They are the richest. Let's see here. Here we have, this table we have Lady Emily Blummington. She is the wife of the Prime Minister. We have Archibald Cypher. He's a very clever mathematician and a game player. And we have, of course, our famous Duke of Derby, the host of the party. He is a major as Agnes Copperpot said, in the Queen's service. He has put time and money into turning the tower into this living museum that they're looking to do. Over here we have Miss Tilly Scribblepad, a very popular novelist. She has a husband problem we'll find out about later. We have Ada, good time over here. Get it? Ada, good time. She's a good time. She's an actress. She's known as the Queen of the Musical. Okay, and over here we have the wanted Lawrence Frightingale, much loved hospital reformer. And we have Lady Beatrice Bedrock, a genius engineer, esteemed philanthropist, and recent widow. You know, there are a couple more people that we have not met here. There is an unliked guest by the name of D.G. Wellington. And very soon we will also have to meet a police detective by the name of the Detective Inspector Hitchcock. Ladies and gentlemen, please keep a close watch on each of these characters. One of them will be the murderer, and you will be guessing which one later in the play. Out of the correct answers, one of you will win a prize. So, please, pay attention.
Good day, everyone. I am Detective Inspector Hitchcock from Scotland Yard. The scream you heard was a man falling to his death from the towers at the Tower of London. That was many hours ago, at midnight. He was pushed, murdered, and I am here with my men the next day to find the murderer. There had been a celebration going on, but it was late, and many of the guests had scattered. Some stayed overnight in the guest quarters, and others had gone home. My men have brought them all together early this morning in the Major's quarters so we can interview them. I hope you will help me sort them out. You had not met the victim, our murdered man. His name was D.G. Wellington, an art dealer and socialite. He fell from the tower called the Bloody Tower. We all know the fall was not an accident. He was pushed. There were all the signs. It would not have taken a very strong man. Even a woman could have pushed hard enough to send him to his death. But whoever murdered Wellington was clever enough to make a quick escape in the dark before anyone could rush to the top of the tower.
Excuse me, you're from Scotland Yard, are you not?
Yes, I am. I'm Detective Inspector Hitchcock, and you're the Royal Matron of the Tower, Miss Copperpot, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
That's quite a responsible position. You're too pretty to be so responsible.
Oh, what complete rot. Inspector, copper or no, if you cross me with a major, you'll find out how responsible I can be.
Oh, quiet down there, Mom. My men had cleared you. You had gone home at the time of the murder. But what are you doing here now? You understand there has been a murder. A guest at last night's party was found lying at the bottom of the Bloody Tower. We are attempting to speak to the party guests.
Yes, I know that, Inspector, but you cannot imagine that any of them actually done it. Poppycock, these are very important people. And I am here to see that they are comfortable and that the major is not bothered.
I intend to speak to each of these guests before they leave. All right. I understand your position. You may stay in the room, but do not impede my investigation.
No, sir, I wouldn't dream of it. Oh, Inspector, I wish to make a statement.
Yes, go ahead.
Well, just so you know, that dead bloke Wellington was not a well-liked man. He was a guest at the major's party in his quarters last night. The major lives here because he is the constable of the Queen's Dictator Guard.
All right, what else?
Well, we had dinner from 7 to 8. Then there was a tour of the tower from 8 to 9. Following the tour, Lady Lovington left immediately for another engagement, and the rest of the guests were free to explore the tower and the grounds.
Yes, my men and I have verified the alibis. I'm satisfied that the crime was not committed by any of the tower guards or any of the staff, including you. The murderer is one of the partygoers.
But not the mayor.
He has not been cleared. On the by, we have also cleared Lady Emily. Her alibi holds up. She was not here at the tower during the time of the murder, but I will still need to take her statement. Why don't you all listen in so you'll be ready to choose? Choose and vote for your favorite murderer. Ladies, if you wouldn't mind, I would like to begin by getting to know you and asking a few questions about last night.
Well, certainly. I am Lady Beatrice Bedell. I would expect this interrogation to be completed in haste, for I am fatigued. All right, get on with it, Detective Inspector.
This isn't an interrogation, ladies. Consider it a conversation, and I'm afraid it may last for a while. Please be at ease, answer me truthfully. It will make my job easier, and the less time we will need to waste.
Fine. Florence Frightingale here. I imagine you know who I am.
Yes, Miss Nightingale, you have quite the heroic reputation.
Oh, of course I do. I'm well known for my tireless efforts to improve the quality of care in hospitals. Healthcare is my life. I must say that this good lady also has spent a great amount of time assisting in the raising of tent hospitals throughout Great Britain. She's a splendid humanitarian.
Well, if healthcare is your life, Miss Nightingale, then why were you attending a celebration to benefit the Tower of London last night?
I, and with that, both of us, have contributed funds and time to modernize the Tower of London. Such a modernization would aid in the general sanitation of London. There is so much to do.
I see, Miss Nightingale. Did you know the deceased, D.G. Wellington?
I first heard about Wellington from a patient of mine who'd had some very unpleasant dealings with him. Then Wellington and I have had a few just as unpleasant dealings in the past few months. I can't say I'm sorry he is deceased.
Will you disclose the nature of your unpleasant dealings?
Certainly not. Have you washed your hands lately?
What? Oh, no, Miss Nightingale.
I-
I really must insist.
Insist if you will. What took place between Wellington and me is not a subject for polite discussion. And it certainly had nothing to do with what happened to him. I fly light to improve the quality of life. I would certainly not take a life.
All right. We will come back to that. In the meantime, ladies, take a short break, drink your tea. I'll return in a while.
You know, yes, I tend to stay close to the major. He is very special to me. There is a murder in this room, and I will protect the major no matter what. Let's see what we can learn here. Can I get anyone a cover? The police will not allow me to resume my regular duties.
Well, that's fine, Agnes. You may station nearby, and Lord Wellington and Miss Aaron Seifel, this is the head matron of the tower, and she is a longtime friend of the tower and an invaluable resource.
Thank you, Major. All of this unpleasantness is so distressing. Are you sure I cannot get you anything to make you more comfortable?
Well, we are all right for the moment, and I can't imagine anything ever distressing you, Agnes. You are the mainstay among the men. They hold you in the highest regard.
Oh, thank you, Major. Did you know the police have ordered your men to remain in their barracks? They cannot march on the green. They cannot even go to their mess. It was very kind of you to hold the party in your quarters last night, Major, but I fear your good deed will not go unpunished.
Yes, I'm afraid I'm quite sorry that we felt the need to invite this Wellington fellow here to the tower, but he has, and now had, unfortunately, become a principal investor in our campaign to turn the Tower of London into a public museum.
Yes, I know. Did either of you talk to Mr. Wellington last night before?
No, I only saw him from a distance. I had nothing, absolutely nothing to do with him. We were playing cards here in the dining area.
Oh, Mr. Cipher. Are you the Cipher that invented that whatchamacallit machine that manipulates numbers?
Yes, I am. That's me.
Oh, well, I am surprised that any of your fellow card players would even allow you in a game. You would win all the time with a machine like that, wouldn't you?
Oh, no. The arithmometer accomplishes equations quite well. But when playing cards, it's a game of chance. Perhaps someday we will invent a machine that can consistently win at cards. But not yet.
I see. Lady Emily, did you talk to Mr. Wellington last night?
Yes, my dear. He made a point of seeking out someone to make introductions. As the well-known wife of the Prime Minister, I must suffer a great many bulls and charlatans among my husband's other more sensible constituents.
But it's a good thing you were nowhere near the tower when that man went off the edge.
Yes, I suppose. Agnes, would you be so kind as to bring us some more tea? I find I'm parched.
Certainly. I will return momentarily.
Did you hear that, Tilly? Such an amusement. It sounded like one of your novels. A novel we turn into a play. And I, of course, could be the star.
Really, Anna? I didn't notice. And I didn't realize you were a novel-reading fan of mine. You do know that my husband was a great fan of yours on the stage. He sent you lots of fan mail. You must remember, you always answered. Why, I would find your letters in his trouser pants pockets. Anna, my dear, you'd be great in any play or novel of mine.
Thank you, Tilly. But the matron Agnes just asked Archibald Cipher if the machine he invented. If the machine he invented. Poor Archie loses much more than he wins. In fact, I hear he has very large gambling debts.
But who would lend Archibald money? Everyone knows he gambles all the time.
I heard D.G. Wellington held markers for Archie. That's supposed to be a secret, darling.
Well, if that's true, Archibald will be free of that now. Wellington's death will be a good thing for him.
Maybe I ought to tell the inspector that when he interrogates us.
Maybe you ought to keep quiet. It's safer. I know I won't say anything to him.
You look a bit frightened, Tilly. I know I won't say anything to him.
When the detective inspector asked me where I was when Wellington came off the tower, I can't tell him. Would you say I was with you?
No, I can't. I was here playing cards with Archie. Won a little bit of money from him, too. Where were you that you can't tell the detective?
You have to promise not to tell anyone. Promise?
Yes, all right.
I stepped out for a bit. I had an appointment with a private detective I hired.
At midnight? What did you hire the detective for? Was it for a story you're writing? Are you writing a new play for me?
No. You remember we talked a while ago about our husbands both not being faithful.
Yes, I do.
Well, I wanted to know who and how George could possibly be with someone that I didn't know.
Did you find out?
Yes, that person, that Wellington person has had a secret business that secures young women for dubious activities, for the pleasures of many of the men in our class, including my husband.
That's terrible. I knew Wellington was an incorrigibly bad man, but that is simply too much.
Well, if he wasn't already dead, I could just kill him.
I'm sorry it's taking so long, ladies. I will be with you shortly. The matron Agnes will be by in a while to see to your comfort.
Well, hello again, everybody. Here we are. That's the end of our Act 1. I think this is going to be a pretty good play. Let's talk about what we've learned so far. Okay, for one thing, we learned that a not very nice man named D.G. Wellington was pushed off the tower and died right after the party. We also learned that a policeman, the detective Inspector Hitchcock, is asking questions of the partygoers, and he's going to help us find out who committed this heinous murder. Are we keeping track? Okay, what do we know about these partygoers? Anything? Anything? Okay, well, I'll tell you. I see. We've learned that a few of these partygoers had very good reason to want Wellington dead. Florence Nightingale won't even talk about whatever it was that went down between her and Wellington. So, I'm not sure about, Archie Cypher over here. I don't know about him either. You know, he plays cards and is gambling nets. I don't know if you've ever known a gambler, but they'll gamble everything. And he owed Wellington a lot of money. That's just one. Okay, what else did we learn? Oh, yes, over here. We know that Tilly is a novelist, but I think she's switched over now into maybe yellow journalism. She wants the guy dead, she just said so, because he was selling young women to rich older men. And we know that at least one of the women that was being scribbled had really wanted him dead. And he was not a very nice guy. What else have we found out? Oh yes, Ada and Archie were supposedly playing cards at the time of the murder. And we learned that one woman, Lady Emily Flemington over here, the wife of the Prime Minister, was gone at the time of the murder. And the police believe she could not have done it. She is above reproach. Well, we need to learn much more about these people. Who else had motive? Who could have pushed them and gotten away before anyone saw them? Let's listen and learn.
Are you ladies in need of anything?
No, detective. We want you to go home, but I suppose you are not done with us yet?
Not just Understood, Lady Beatrice. I would like to learn something more about the reason for last night's party. I understand you've been promoting the idea of turning the Tower of London into a museum. What does that involve?
Florence and I, and a few of the others, have been raising funds to reconstruct some parts of the tower. And you know, the Tower of London is hundreds of years old, and lately has been showing its wear and tear. We intend to keep the spirit and character of the old, but modernize and sanitize. In order to save all we can for future generations.
Beatrice is being modest. She herself has spent weeks here at the tower, taking measurements, overseeing the workmen to be sure they save the best of the old tower. I imagine at this point she knows more about the construction of the tower than just about anyone. Isn't that right, Beatrice?
Well, I suppose. I'm familiar with the old passageways and the hidden escape holes. Do you know that at one time the tower was surrounded by a moat and was used as a fortress to defend the city?
Oh, I just remembered something. Lady Beatrice, I heard that your late husband was an engineer, and that now you oversee his construction business.
Have you washed your hands yet, Detective Inspector? It's most important that you do. I'll have you know that Beatrice is an amazing engineer in her own right. And now that her husband is gone, she is proving to be just as amazing at running the business.
I see. Didn't I hear that before your husband passed, his company was involved in some scandal? Wasn't it called the Grand Cricklewater Tunnel Collapse? I vaguely remember,
The company was innocent of wrongdoing. Nothing criminal was ever proven. It was just an accident.
something that big would have ruined your company.
Nothing was ever proven.
I understand my men asked you ladies where you were at the time of murder, and you said you were at home, Miss Bedrock.
Yes, that's correct. I was fatigued, and so I retired.
And you, Miss Nightingale?
I had been inspecting the garden for sanitary purposes and was on my way back to speak to the Major. I heard that horrible scream all the way to my bones.
Very well, ladies. I need to speak to a few of the others, but please wait for me. I may have more questions. Perhaps the matron will bring you more tea. Sorry that took so long. Everything all right here?
We are not accustomed to being detained. May we leave?
Not yet, I'm afraid, Miss Scribblehead. I believe one of my men has already asked you where you were when the murder happened. You said you were outside the tower, walking. Were you with anyone?
No,
Did anyone see you?
no.
Well,
I was in the Duke's quarters, playing cards with Archibald Cypher.
yes, I've made a note of that, Miss Goodtime.
Commendable of you. You're very good-looking detective. Have you ever seen any of my plays?
Oh, no, Mum. They're too expensive to afford on my salary, but I hear you are very good.
Of course I am, darling. Perhaps when this is over, I will subsidize a couple of tickets for you. But please be careful how you address me. Ada is preferable. Mrs. Goodtime is acceptable. But never call me Mum.
Oh, no, so noted. Did you know the deceased, Wellington?
I suppose you have heard the rumors. Wellington and I kept company before I married my current husband. So the answer is yes, I knew him.
Ada, I didn't know that.
I think we have established, Tilly, that you don't know everything. And I really do not want to talk about it.
You weren't one of his girls, Ada.
I have nothing to say about my younger days. We all have secrets from our younger days, don't we? For instance, Beatrice Bedrock was once a stage dancer. You think she's just a smart engineer and businesswoman, but Lady Beatrice has plenty of secrets. She was quite the femme fatale in her day.
If you excuse me, ladies, I must go wash my hands. Please stay where you are. I may have more questions.
Major, how are you holding up in this Inquisition? Can I get you anything at all?
Oh, no, thanks, Agnes. The detective inspector spoke to us earlier, and he talked as though he doesn't believe we are guilty parties.
Well, if you don't mind my saying so, I think that's a bunch of stuff and nonsense. None of you are capable of throwing a man over the tower.
Not quite right, Major. If you think of it logically, it could have been a matter of balance. Wellington could easily have been caught off guard and tipped over the side. It would not have taken extraordinary strength.
Exactly. Scientifically, a woman who is light on her feet could easily surprise a man much larger and overbalance him right off the tower.
Oh, humbug. Please do not say that to the inspector. I have been so worried about the Major being accused. Now, any of you are suspect.
Let's look at this problem clearly. Most of us had reason to kill that monster Wellington. The Major is the least likely, what with his old war wounds.
Well, it bothers me only now and then, dear Archie, but you are correct. I never would have been able to climb the tower stairs and to make a hasty getaway. Besides, I didn't care for the fellow, but I had no reason to kill him.
A killer among our friends, it's just too fantastic to consider. My mathematical mind wants to sort it out, but there's just still too much fog. I need a way to put my mind to work on something else. The mathematics of gambling fascinates me. Anyone care for a game of chance?
I'm sorry, sir, I cannot. I have other duties. Besides, I could not afford to lose even a sixpence.
You mind if I smoke my cigar?
The Major would mind. By the by, I heard you lost a gold timepiece to that dead man Wellington.
No, that is not true. If you must know, I lost a gold cigar cutter. But I have several of them, and it doesn't prevent me from smoking, all right? Please don't bring that up again. What you need to know is that Wellington was not really a gambler, and he did not want to take any chances unless all the odds were in his favor.
Yes, sir, if you say so, sir. Excuse me, I must see to the others. Well, that wasn't much help. Now we have more suspects. Let's sort them out with the narrator.
Oh, hello, Agnes. Here we are again. What did we learn this time?
Well, we learned that the Major could not have been the murderer.
Oh, did we really? Because his bad leg would have made it difficult to escape. But the Major lives in the tower. He must know all the ins and outs of the place. He still could have done it, and he could have hidden somewhere. so as to not be found out when everyone rushed to the top of the tower after they found the body. That's no help. What else did we learn?
Well, everybody except Lady Emily and the Major had a motive to kill the man.
I see. Yes, well, none of those people had really good alibis either. At a good time, and Archibald said that they were playing cards, right? But can they prove it? Did you serve them refreshments?
No, I did not. In fact, I did not see them after the tour.
I see. Well then, Mrs. Copperpot, there must be some way to narrow this down.
I still say the Major couldn't have done it. He is a good man.
Okay, thanks. Let's go back and listen to the gossip once more. Maybe we will come up with the right answer.
This inquisition is quite interesting, isn't it, Tilly?
Well, I might like it better if I wasn't afraid that I might be blamed.
Silly. Why don't you just tell the detective inspector the truth? Hiring a private detective isn't that terrible.
Well, it's the why that's so embarrassing, and it just makes me a suspect.
There are others with secrets just as bad. Think about Beatrice. Her dead husband may have contributed to the death of hundreds in that Cricklewater tunnel collapse. Beatrice has never spoken much about that.
Well, I remember when that happened. No one could prove any wrongdoing.
Maybe someone could prove something, and Wellington found out.
Oh, no. I'd rather think the real killer might be Florence Frightengale. I heard she and Wellington got into a tangle over a patient of hers. Wellington was blackmailing the poor sick man. Florence threatened to kill Wellington if he didn't stop. Apparently Wellington just laughed and said he'd seek a way to blackmail her too. You know, Florence would not take that very well.
Yes, I know Florence might just kill him in order to sanitize the city by getting rid of such trash.
May I get you ladies a cup?
No, thank you, Agnes. It's very kind of you to stay with us so long. You weren't here when Wellington died, were you?
No, ma'am. I am not a suspect. Not like you lot.
Yes, of course, we're all suspects. When you think of it, it's quite thrilling.
Oh, no, ma'am. I don't think of it like that at all. Let them get their own bloody tea.
I believe we have enough information to make a decision, don't you? We have 6 potential suspects. The Duke of Doughty, also known as the Major. Archibald Cypher, the genius mathematician with the gambling habit. At a good time, the stage actress with a shady past. Tilly Scribblepad, the author with husband troubles. Beatrice Bedlock, the engineer with dubious past lives. And Florence Frightengale, the infamous nurse who wants to save the world from germs.
Well, thank you, Inspector. Well, dear audience, it's time to vote. To this end, a couple of reminders. Oh, may I borrow your program, please? You will notice that you have a ticket on here, 2 in fact. One says, keep this ticket. The other one is the one you're going to vote with. I'm going to announce the names of the people that you can vote for. You'll tear that off, and in a minute or two, we'll pass these buckets around. You will pick one person that you think is the perpetrator of this heinous act. Let's play fair. If you were here yesterday, you're not voting today, right? I know who you are. Let's see, what else can we say? Oh, yes, okay. 6 buckets, but I'm going to go over the names again. Here they are. Give me a second here. There we go. Oh, yes. I'm going to also announce the real person's name because some of you may forget their characters and things, right? Also, because we love them and we want you to know who they really, really are. Okay, could it possibly have been Florence Frightingale, played by Rose White? You know she has a problem. That's right, because. Or possibly this lady Beatrice Bedlock, played by Estrellita Izquierdo. Oh my goodness. I'm not sure. Oh. Then we had Ada this time, the woman with the extremely dubious past, played by Linda Wellens. Okay. Also, we have Tilly Scribblepad over here, who's not only mad at her husband, she's mad at Wellington for what he did. And she is played by our dear Lynn Coburn. Thank you. Of course, we know it cannot be Lady Plumington, who is played by Laura Lee. She is above reproach. However, this Archie Cypher guy, I think he lost more than just, his cigar cutter. Could be nothing. Or was it the Duke of Dowry, played by our John Fisher? We know somebody who's trying to protect her job. Okay, let's the fun begin. Is there still one? Is there a fun?
So while they're collecting all of the raffle tickets and you make your vote that way, let's visit a happier time in London with a sing-along, A Spoonful of Sugar. The words are in your program, and we've added an extra verse with the words by Rose White in honor of our germaphobe suspect, Florence Whitefield. So quick reminder to your past, turn off your microphone unless you want to be a soloist, and let's sing along. In every job that must be done, there is an element of fun. You find the fun is half the job's a game. And every task you undertake becomes a piece of cake. A mark, a streak, it's very good to see. And a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down. The medicine go down. The medicine go down. Just a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down. It helps you life the whole way. A robin feathering his nest and very men back to rest, while gathering his bits of twine and twig. So twine enchants his pursuits, he has been married to. He knows the song will prove the job alone. For a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down. The medicine go down. The medicine go down. Just a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down. introduction, I'll do what I threatened to do. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Even though the sound of it is something quite atrocious. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Even though the sound of it is something quite atrocious. You can say that's the difference between sacrilegious. Even califragilisticexpialidocious. All right.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen and ladies, we are back from picking up your tickets. And we actors know who did it. We know where the murderer is. But before you find out who won our little prize, where all your dreams can come true, because it's an Amazon gift. Let's listen in to the final scene.
Who done it? Who done it?
I know the suspense is killing you, pun intended.
Oh, microphone, please, dear.
Well, I'll try to keep it off. Hang on, more suspense.
Okay, here we go. Who done it? I know the suspense is killing you. No pun intended. However, let's see. What does it say here? You are under arrest, Lady Beatrice.
Do it.
Well, okay. I killed him. It was me. All right.
Why? What happened to make you go that far?
Well, it's a contemptible scoundrel. That's what he was, a scoundrel, a scoundrel. Not a scoundrel. The onions and the scoundrel. Well, after the party, I went to the top of the tower to enjoy a moment's peace. I prayed contemplation under the stars. At about 11:30, that dastardly Wellington appeared, unaware he has a reputation for seeking out skeletons in other fellows' cupboards. And he considers himself quite a ladies' man, and that I cannot and I will not tolerate. At first, I brusquely rebuffed his attempts at conversation, and he was quick to take offense, and men like that always are. Next, he began insinuating that he could lay his hands on certain documents relating to my husband's logo and the Grand Crinklewater Tunnel collapse, and they might prove embarrassing to me. And so the despicable snake in the grass had the effrontery to try to blackmail me. When I laughed in his face, he reached out and took my shoulders with his hands, actually touching me. Imagine the temerity of the scoundrel. The smile on his face was pure evil.
Well, I can imagine. But how did it happen? You were so dainty, and he was a big man.
Oh, that was easy. He believed he had acquired power over me, so he released his back to the parapet, and in sense I cleverly ran my own hands over his chest, as though he had won me over.
And then
He dropped his hands with a grin, and I rearranged my feet, and I pushed him just enough that he lost his balance. It propelled him over the edge and sent him to his fate.
But then how did you get away?
Well, I maintain presence of mind. I am no tunnel that I had come to know a few months ago. And dashing back to the bottom of the tower, I rejoined a few partygoers entering the hansom cabs. I was nearly home before the alarm rang out. To all appearances, I had been with the others and on the way home. And the whole time,
You may swing for this.
oh hell, I know, oh well. Wellington was a scoundrel of the highest order. I despise him, and I cannot regret his death.
Well, here's where we thank the cast and crew. And let's say hello to two members we did not acknowledge before. They are the brave, the bold Detective Inspector, played by Richard Passett. And the spirited, the lively, the very feisty matron of the tower, played by Anne Fisher. Our introduction could not have been made possible without the help of our wonderful crew. They are script coordinator, Linda Sankpill, stage manager and musical director, Lou-Anne Breckenridge, lyricist, make sure that you all wash your hands, Rose White, our understudy, are you ready to step in at a moment's notice? There she is, in the back there. Kay Bielek, thank you so much. Along with her is our videographer, Lori Larson. Thank you so much. Ushers, also in the back, Janice Breckenridge. Our girl, also over here, Barbara, Riley, Matt. Thank you, Riley. Oh, she's here. She's just not in the Forrester here. And let's see, oh yes, and we gratefully acknowledge the support of the Eastridge Town Hall, the Eastridge Village Thrift Shop. No, we bought these kids. All right. Willie Rothman, thank you very much, Willie. Jean Patterson, thank you very much. And our wonderful cast whom you met before.
You all have heard about the Oscars and the Tonys and the Golden Globes. Well, here at Eastridge we have the Peacock Award. And the Peacock Award for Best Director of a CCRC Drama Club production is our own Laney Silney. And she had to put up with this raucous group of thespians and beat us up in order to get this done. Congratulations, Laney.
Thank you very much. It was a lot like cast. Okay, and now the winner is, let's get over here to the correct one. Nope. Yes. Okay, as you know, there are no names on these, so. And here we go, here it is. And the winner is ticket 351025.
Oh, right there, over there.
Okay, all your dreams are coming true right now. Amazon.com. And that's all we have for you today, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for